Very good morning, students. Sai Ram. Welcome back to our science period. So, children, you know very well now which lesson is going on. Yes, chapter number 15, life process in living organism chapter is going on. Okay. So, this session I am going to continue this chapter. Are you ready, children? So, before that, children, can you remember that last session what we studied? Yes, we studied about coordination. What is meant by coordination and what is the importance of this coordination? And next one is homeostasis. What is meant by homeostasis? And next one, what we saw, children? Yes, coordination in plants. Okay, so that coordination in plants, already I had thought about growth relevant movement. So that movement of plant that is related with the growth of the plants. Some movement of the plants, it is related to the growth of the plants. Such kind of movements are called, yes, growth relevant movement. Okay, can you give the example? Yes, phototropism. Next one is heterotropism, and the next one gravitropism. This all things, chemotropism, this all things we discussed, isn't it, children? So such kind of movements that is related with the growth of that plants. That's why that kind of movement is called what? Growth relevant movement. But say here, children, this session I will start with growth irrelevant movement. So some movement of plants that is not related with the growth of the plant. Okay, children. So such kind of movement is called what? Growth irrelevant movement. So children, in our textbook many examples are there, but because of the reduced portion, here I will teach you only one example. Okay, children. See here, some specific movements of the plants do not lead the, yes, say here, do not lead to the plant's growth. Okay, so such movements are called growth irrelevant movements. For example, say here, children, that mimosa plant. Have you seen that mimosa plant? Have you seen the touch me not plant? If we will touch, the leaves of the plant will be closed. Have you seen? Yes, I hope you might have seen that plant. Yes, when we will touch that leaf part will be closed. Okay, so it's very interesting, isn't it, children? So that when we will touch that plant leaf, that will move, but that moment it is not related to the growth of the plant. So here this one is the example of growth irrelevant movement. Okay, children, see here that movement occurs at the places other than where it has been touched. Suppose, see here, children, see this is the, yes, this is that plant. Okay, that mimosa plant, touch me not plant. So when we will touch this part, yes, the whole, that this all leaflet will be closed. So if we are touching this much part, that whole leaflet will be closed. So say here, children, what is the reason for this? Yes, that movement occurs at the places other than where it has been touched. We refer for that what is the inclusion? We can infer that the information about the touch. So when we will touch, that information must have been relayed within the plant from one place to another place. That's why the whole leaflet will be closed. Okay, so that information that is, yes, transferred from one part to the other part, one place to the other. Okay, so see here, plants use electrochemical impulses. See here, children, which impulses here? Yes, that is a signal. Electrochemical impulses for transfer of information from one place to another. Okay, so when we will touch, these electrochemical impulses that will transfer from one place to another place. So plant cells change their shape by increasing or decreasing their water content and thereby bring about the movement of plants. So these electrochemical impulses are transferred from one place to another place of that leaf. That's why the whole leaflet of that plants will be closed. Okay, children, shall I go to next now? See here, this is the touch me not plant. Okay, so children, can you say when we will touch here, that movement is there? When we will touch here, that movement is there in this plant, but if because of that movement will it growth? Yes, this plant will not get growth. So this is the example of growth irrelevant movement. Okay children, shall I go to next now? Yes, now coordination in plants. That is finished. Next one is, can you say yes, coordination in human? Okay, see here coordination in human being. So different processes, already I told that we are multicellular organisms. Many organ systems are yes functioning simultaneously in our body. Then only our life will be yes go smoothly. Okay children, so different processes go on simultaneously in the human body. All these processes need to be efficiently and effectively controlled and coordinated. Okay children, so this is done with the help of the two systems. So here control and coordination in human being, it is done with the help of two systems, that is called what? Nervous control and chemical control. We will see one by one. Okay. So this session I will discuss that about nervous control. Okay children, are you ready? See here nervous control. So nervous control is the reason why humans can respond to changes in their surrounding. So children, that changes in their surrounding, that is called what? Yes, stimuli. Okay. So that nervous control is the reason why humans can respond to changes in their surrounding. So we will yes that respond, we will give the response to change in our surrounding with the help of the nervous control. Okay, what is the reason? Because of that nervous control. So along with these changes in the surroundings, impulses are formed in the human body. That means signals are formed. Impulses are formed in the human body. So how it is formed? That only we will study now. Okay, see here. So nervous control plays a crucial, that means important role of empowering of the body cells with the ability to respond to these impulses. So children, that impulses are formed in our body, that is because of the nerves. So that nervous control plays a crucial role, see here, crucial role of empowering the body cells with the ability to respond to these impulses. Okay, so this ability is dependent upon the complexity of organization in the organism's body structure. Okay, and the next one, see here children. So unicellular organisms, you know that what is meant by unicellular organisms. The body is made up of, the body is made up of only one cell. Okay, so unicellular organisms such as the amoeba, that example is what? Amoeba, that is body is made up of only one cell, do not have a nervous system, but that can generate such impulses and responses. So this amoeba is made up of only one cell, that one cell is responsible to generate such kind of impulses and responses. Okay, but we are multicellular organisms, so we have that nervous system. Okay children, so however multicellular animals like humans have a nervous system to respond to the stimuli. So you know very well what is meant by stimuli. Okay, shall I go to next now? See here, control and coordination is achieved using a special type of cells, that is called what? Nerve cells or neurons. See here children, we are now, which one is going on? Control and coordination in human, isn't it? So that control and coordination in human is achieved using a special type, that is called nerve cells or neurons. Okay, so we will see now what is meant by neurons and what is the structure of that. Okay, are you ready? So children, see here neuron. Okay, so that neurons are the fundamental unit of, see here neuron, what is meant by neuron? Neurons are the fundamental unit of the nervous system. Okay, for the control and coordination we are having nervous system. So that what is the fundamental unit of the nervous system? Neuron. Okay, so neurons are the fundamental unit of the nervous system, specialized to transmit. What is the function of this neuron children? Yes, transmit information to different parts of the body. Okay, so what is the function of this neuron? Yes, neuron is the fundamental unit of nervous system, and with the help of these neurons that information will transmit from one place to another place of our body. Okay, so neurons are the largest cells in the human body. So can you say what is the largest cells in our body? Neuron. Okay, what is meant by neuron? Neuron are the fundamental unit of the nervous system specialized to transmit information from one place to another place of our body. Okay, children. And next one you have to see here that nerve cells have the ability to see here that nerve cells have the ability to generate and conduct electrochemical impulses. Okay, so it is based on that, yes, stimuli. So these electrochemical impulses are generate and conduct with the help of the nerve cells. So here once again I will read that first point. Nerve cells have the ability to generate and conduct. That means it will conduct from one place to another place. Conduct electrochemical impulses. Okay. So the cells that support the nerve cells and help in their functioning are called neuroglia. See here. The cells that support the nerve cells and help in their functioning are called neuroglia. Okay, so that nerve cells and that means neurons. Okay, the neurons and neuroglial cells together form the nerve cell. Okay, children. So see here, the nerve cells, that means neurons and neuroglial cells together form the nerves. Okay, shall I go to next now? So I hope you understood now what is meant by neuron, what is meant by electrochemical impulses, and the next one is stimuli, next one is neuroglia, and what is meant by that, which one is that nerve cells, that means neurons and neuroglial cells together form the nerves. Okay, shall I go to next now? See here, this is the diagram of neuron. Okay, so see here. So children, in your textbook many that labels are there, but this 5 label you have to study. Okay, so here this is nucleus. This is the structure of what? This is the structure of neuron, and this is what? Nucleus, and this one is called what? Dendrites. This one is called what here, children? Dendrites, and this is the cell body. This is what? This is the cell body. It contains dendrites and nucleus. Okay, and here below the cell body, what is there? Axon is there. Okay, and this terminal part, that is called axon terminal. Understood, children? So here, see here, neuron. Here first one is what? Cell body. Cell body contains nucleus and dendrites. Okay, and below the cell body, what is there? Axon is there, and that base of that axon, which one is there? Axon terminal. Okay, so children, you have to practice this diagram. Okay, and next one you have to see, all the information about our surrounding is collected by the ends or dendrites of the neuron. See here, all the information about our surrounding, that information about our surrounding is collected by the ends, that means dendrites of the neuron. You know that? Yes, dendrites, where it is there, this is. Okay, children, this is dendrites. See here, the chemical processes begins at those ends and electric impulses are generated, which are conducted from the dendrites to the cell body, and from the cell body to the axon, and from the axon it will go to the terminus of axon. Okay, children, see, the chemical processes begins at those ends, that means dendrites. Okay, that means electrochemical impulses are being generated first where? Dendrites, and that is generated, which are conducted. After generating, it will be conducted from dendrites to the cell body, from cell body to the axon, from axon to the axon terminal. Okay, see here, children. So that electrochemical impulses are generated with the help of this neuron, and it is generated here the dendrites. Afterwards, it will transfer to the cell body. From the cell body, it will go to the axon. From the axon, it will go, that electrochemical impulses, it will transmit from the axon to the axon terminal. Okay, so from this axon terminal, where it will go, that means that signal, that means electrochemical impulses, where it will go, children? Can you think? See, These impulses are then to be transferred from this nerve cell to the next. So you know that many nerve cells are, yes, connected, isn't it? So that impulses are generated to the dendrites. From the dendrites it will go to the cell body. From the cell body it will go to the axon. From the axon it will go to the axon terminal. From the axon terminal it will go, that means it will transferred from that nerve cell to the next nerve cell of the dendrites. Okay children, see here, now the impulses that reaches the terminal of an axon stimulates the nerve cell to secrete certain chemicals. So now I hope you understood children. Yes, see here. Yes, that electrochemical impulses are generated here. It will transfer to the cell body. From the cell body it will go to the axon. From the axon it will go to the axon terminal. So from this axon terminal it will go to the next cell, next nerve cell. Okay children, see here. Yes, these chemicals. So that previous part you have to see. Now the impulse that reaches the terminal of an axon. Okay, axon stimulates the nerve cell to secrete certain chemicals. So when that impulse it will reach to the terminal of an axon, that time that stimulates the nerve cell to secrete certain chemicals. That time that nerve cell it will secrete certain chemicals. Okay, so that chemicals, say here, these chemicals pass through a minute space called the synapse. Okay, minute space called the synapse between two adjacent neurons and generate the impulse in the dendrites of next neuron. So I hope you understood now. So first neuron, that is dendrites to the cell body, from the cell body to the axon, from the axon to the axon terminal. So that time that chemicals are secreting, so that chemical it will pass through a minute gap of that adjacent, that between two adjacent neurons, that minute gap is there. Okay, so in that gap which one is secreted here children? That chemicals. So that gap is called what? Synapse. Okay, between two adjacent neurons and generate the impulse in the dendrites of next neuron. Understood now? So like this, that electrochemical impulse will transfer from one neurons to another neuron. Okay, shall we go to next now? See, in this way impulses are conducted in the body and these impulses are finally conveyed by nerve cells to muscle cells. So like this, that electrochemical impulses are generated and it will conducted from one neuron to another neuron. So like this it will transfer from nerve cells to muscle cells. So children, I hope you understood now. Yes, shall I go to next now? So children, see here that movement of muscle cells is essential to bring about any activity. So if you want to do any activity for writing or doing some work, so that muscles work, isn't it? That is the muscles work. That means the movement of muscle cells is essential to bring about any activity. When cells contract to change their shape, movements occurs at cellular level. So if you want to do that any work, that muscle cell, that movement of muscle cell is essential. So that movement, that time what will happen children? When cells contract, see here, contract to change their shape, movement occurs at cellular level. Okay, see here. So muscle cells have the ability to change their shape due to a special type of protein. So that muscle cells has the one special characteristics, that is muscle cells have the ability to change their shape. Due to why it can change the shape? Because it has that special type of protein. So due to these same proteins, cells become able to respond to electrical impulses of nerves. Okay children, so that electrical impulses, electrochemical impulses are generated with the help of that neuron and it will transfer from one neuron to another neuron. So like this it will transfer and finally it will reach to the muscle cells. Okay, so that muscle cells have some special protein. With the help of that protein, this, yes, see here, due to these same proteins, cells become able to respond to electrical impulses of nerves. Okay, See here. So that finally the conclusion is what? The nervous system consists of a well organized network of nerves which can conduct information in the form of electrical impulses from one part of the body to the other. So children, I hope you now understood how the electrochemical impulses are generated and how it will transfer from one place to another place. So finally it will reach to our muscle cells. Okay, that muscle cell, how it can respond? Yes, with the help of some protein. Okay children, so I hope you understood now. At the same time, the diagram of that neuron, that also you have to practice in your home. Okay children, thank you children. Sai Ram.